now it's been over 2 years since it was last on our screens, but finally the White Lotus is back for a brand new series.
A whole new set of wealthy holidaymakers have checked into the White Lotus resort, this time in stunning Thailand.
But, as with every season, we can expect secrets, shocking moments and a dead body or two.
Oh, well, we're joined now by Jason Isaacs, who's starring in the new series. Good morning.
Morning. I love watching, you know, when I watch that, obviously the trailer's on and people are watching the show on, which is on at the moment. I think episode 2 goes out tonight. For me, it's like watching holiday videos. Every time I watch those things, I remember the day we did that and what it was like on the boat and what that island was like. Yeah.
But at the moment, it's exactly what we want to see. It's cold and rainy outside. It's shot so beautifully. You can almost smell Thailand if you've
Well,
been
I hope you can't smell what we were like. The long days of 45 degrees or 100 degrees. What do people say now? Fahrenheit. It was... it is gorgeous, but we were in these rooms with no air conditioning and 40 sweaty, tattooed men and cameras and lights, and you can imagine by the end of the day.
My average weekend.
Yeah. Dreams are made of. It is an incredible country, though, isn't it? I mean, you were there for a long time, though, Jason.
7 months we were all there. I mean, some people got to go home and back. I didn't. My wife came for most of it, which is the first time. For some reason, she's never wanted to visit the set before, but when we're at five-star resort in Thailand, it's the first
She
time...
didn't want to go to Leavesden
Weird, isn't
to
it?
do Harry Potter. No, she'll go out
But
to
we
Thailand.
stayed and we toured around, but 7 months I was there and I got to see a lot of the country, and not just the beautiful resorts we were staying in, but the jungle and various villages, and, yeah, I really got a taste of the place.
Let's talk a little bit about your character, because he's taken his family to Thailand because one of his children, his daughter, is writing a thesis on Buddhism.
Or is she?
Or is she?
Is anything what you think it is, yeah. Yes, they're very, very wealthy. He's a big titan of industries. We come from Durham, North Carolina, where they have a very strange accent, by the way. He normally would take a private plane and take a whole mansion over, but they're slumming it in this place. And they get there, they have a lot of money, they have a lot of problems, and many worse things happen to them as the story unfolds.
I can't
wait. To me, at least.
I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Tell me about the accent, though, because it's the kind of southern...
So it's southern. It's Durham, North Carolina. There's been quite a lot of chat about it online, which is hilarious for texting each other. There are 2 vowel sounds which are completely upper-class English. So to the untrained ear, if you don't know Durham, it sounds like I'm doing a very... It might sound like I'm doing a very bad accent. But it's quite specific and it's quite jarring when you first hear it.
Can you give us an example of what you mean?
No, because I'll do it badly now and then you'll watch it. It's like when people come up to me in Sainsbury's and they ask me to do Lucius Malfoy's voice and I go like, if I do it badly now, first of all, this 8-year-old kid's going to go, why is there a wizard standing by the meat counter? And secondly, it's been a few years. When I was doing it well, I think.
But that's the point, though, isn't it? That it's interesting because we're hearing that accent and we don't know, but it does sound very distinctive and very
specific. Also, I was not just... I mean, there is no such thing as an accent from a place. I'm from Liverpool. There's 100 accents there. It's a guy. I was modelling it on a particular guy. I don't want to say his name. He might sue me. I don't know. But I had him in my headphones all the time, who was a local politician from Durham.
So you're constantly repeating those phrases?
Yeah.
So when you weren't on set, if you were there for 7 months, what did you do all the rest of the time?
Well, what we didn't do was have a holiday because you can't... First of all, you can't get tanned because...
you can't change it.
Oh, yeah, it changes,
yeah. And secondly, you can only have so many massages. I mean, it was lovely and luxurious. We're not boats, snorkelling, all the rest of it, but you do get a bit bored of it after a while. So then I toured around. We did some charity stuff, we did some climbing stuff, we did some spiritual stuff, we did... and then we went to other countries.
And you played some tennis?
Well, I'm a tennis... I don't want to embarrassingly say that 80% of the time I was on a tennis. Actually, what I found was an awful lot of Russian emigres who all play tennis there. There's a huge expat Russian and Ukrainian refugee community, and I played tennis with them, and... it was interesting because some of them have gone because they're very rich and they can travel the world, and some have gone because they disagreed with the war. So there are different factions of Russians there.
So politically interesting to get...
I mean, not that I discussed that one. I'm playing tennis.
But...
It's hard enough to breathe.
But also, you bonded with your 2 on-screen sons as well, Sam and
did, my 3 kids. So when we first got there, the resort you see... We actually filmed in a few places, but the beautiful place you see most of the time is the Four Seasons in Koh Samui. And because we had to take the whole resort over, because you can't expect people to pay if they can't use the pool.
Yeah.
We were all given, the older actors were given, gigantic villas. I had a mansion twice as big as this, and a villa for a bedroom, and a butler. And
you had a butler, Jason?
I said to the butler and the butt lady, is that the appropriate thing? I don't know. Whatever. I said to her, listen, I don't want you to do anything at all, not even make me a cup of tea. Just sit down and watch telly, read a book. She went, I can't do that. And I went, no one can see us. We're not. So it looked very glamorous, and I FaceTime my friends all the time showing off, but it was actually really lonely because it was spread out over a mountain. And my kids, Sarah, Catherine and Sam and Patrick, would come over every day and we'd play cards and watch telly. And we spent a month before my wife got there. Bond, they looked after me.
I was fascinated. I was reading an article that Patriot did, Patrick Schwarzenegger, was Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, talking about the fact that you would text him in the middle of the night, Jason, saying, come on, let's go and play tennis. And he'd be like, Jason, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, why aren't you asleep?
Patrick was very disappointing, to be honest with you, as a person, because I'd expected this spoilt Hollywood prince. He turned up to be one of the most lovely people you've ever met in your life. Really delightful and kind and compassionate and lovely to everybody. But he was always game for anything. So I go, we're climbing this mountain this morning, because we had a lot of days off. And he'd go, I'm in. I go, we're taking bikes over, we're diving off this cliff. We're going through these caves where you get a disease from bat poo. And he'd go, fine, I'm in. And so he would always be game for anything. Tennis, not... Oh, that's good. Tennis, not so much, because he had a shoulder injury, but I still made him play until he had to take painkillers.
Yeah.
But didn't you turn down training in the gym with him? Which seemed like the opportunity to train with the Schwarzenegger in a gym. It feels like a bucket list moment.
First of all, have you watched the show? Have you seen him with his shirt off?
You
don't want to be... But him and Arna and various other people, I did lots of... travelling and exploring, they decided that the 7 months was give themselves perfect bodies, and they outdid each other every day. And I did dip in very early on, and I dipped out pretty quickly.
You mentioned before about Harry Potter. You were in Harry Potter as well, and he managed to get...
What?
Did you know that?
No.
You didn't know?
Yeah, I was in the
Were you Hermione?
Wizards. Yes. I was,
There he is. Look at him in all his finery.
Oh, yes!
number 6, the Half-Blood Prince.
But he
nice.
managed to get... It was a letter you got, wasn't it?
I was given a letter. One of the letters that Harry gets when he goes to school.
I got nothing.
Did you get nothing?
I tried. I tried, because Alan Rickman, God bless him, we both did lots of charity stuff. We had kids on the set all the time. We'd auction a chance to be there. But Alan nicked all the doubloons from the bank early on.
Yes,
whatever the Gringotts stuff. And didn't sign them for charity. They're not real gold, obviously. And after which, everything was barcoded.
Yes, that's right.
So I couldn't get even... I tried to take a daily profit one day from a pile of them. And we got to the gate at the end of the day and they went, "Night, Jace. Leave the daily profit on your way up."
You must have done a runner.
No. It was given to me as a present at the end of the film because, as Jason might remember, I did a lot of documentaries, so I'd interview Jason all the time on set.
Right.
And there was all this amazing stuff. But as the films were coming to the end, they were searching people and searching people's cars on the exit.
Strip searched on the way out. So it's very embarrassing.
He takes stuff for fun then, for sure.
But, you know, the appeal of Harry Potter is unbelievable. It's still now, every day, and there's not a day goes by people don't want to talk about it. One of the young boys who was an Israeli hostage, he and his mum and his grandparents were taken into the tunnels in Gaza. Released, just the family got in touch today. I'm going to go straight from here. I've got him a... Oh, I hope he's not watching. I've got him a Gryffindor backpack and stuff like that.
Goodness.
But all over the world, wherever I go, it's still, for every generation, feels like it's talking to them. There's a magic in those books.
And even going through something as difficult as that, there's some hope and some joy that comes from that film and what they got from it.
Yeah, sure, people in very dark places. I don't know Ohad, who was, in tunnels in Gaza, but lots of people tell me that there were times when they were thinking of taking their life, or they were very, very lonely and bleak. And the story and the fact that Hogwarts will welcome everybody and it's inclusive kept them going through dark times. It's unbelievable, the magic in those books.
It is,
and
but the magic of film in general. And you're going to be hosting some bits for the Oscars with Jonathan Ross,
hosting.
right?
I don't think Jonathan Ross will take kindly to that.
but
I'll be sitting on a couch listening to Jonathan talk. There's a show where you watch the Oscars and talk about them.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm going to be nice about all the films because I'd like to work with all those people. There's a couple of them I think are rubbish, but I won't be saying that.
Which one's gone, Jason?
No, I would never in a million years. But they're all made... What's great this year is that it's almost all independent films, kind of films made for grown-ups, by grown-ups, which is fantastic. Even the ones I don't particularly like, I'm thrilled that they're being made and people are going to see them. I'll be on the couch for a bit. I'm going to go to bed at midnight. They're going to be at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, we'll see.
He'll come back again at 2 o'clock and go, come on.
I won't be asleep. I'll just go home.
Jason, lovely to see you. Thank you for popping in.
Very much.
We will enjoy the rest of White Lotus as well.
Can't wait.
See
I apologise for the shocking bits. Don't watch it with your little kids, I'll just say that.
Second one tonight.
Makes me even more excited.
Yeah. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.